Hey, good morning. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Saturday, the 9th of October, 2021. This is just my weekly analysis video. So in this video, we'll have a look at the daily pairs on the Forex pair, Forex pairs that I'm trading in my watch list using the high probability and divergence trading methods. They're the two methods from my books 2 and 3, as you can see on the screen here. So big welcome to anyone that's first time watching this video, or anyone that's watched these videos before. Thank you. If you do like the videos, please hit the subscribe button or at least the like button. That would be great. All of my trading, all these trade calls I make in these videos, I actually call live at the time in my Facebook group, Telegram channel, and on Family Man Trading's Discord channel. So they're all called live at the time, or just about straight up within a couple of hours anyway. This is on the daily charts. And I also post the screenshots for all those trades and discuss the setups, etc. So there's nothing after the fact. It's all very transparent. So anyone's more than welcome to join any of those groups. There should be links to those in the video description below. All right, let's get on with it. Now, first up, we normally look at the news. So here we have the Forex Factory Economic Calendar for the week ahead. Hopefully it's the week ahead, Monday the 11th of October, yes. Now the good thing about this, other than it's free, you can filter it, set it up to suit your own personal needs. So I only like to see high impact events and medium impact events and holidays, etc. It's also set up in my local time, so it doesn't require any brain matter for me to convert times. This is all my local Vietnamese time. So in the news, Canada and the US have got public holidays on Monday, so it's going to be a pretty quiet day all around on Monday, trading wise. Not much. First high impact news not till Wednesday. Core CPI numbers out of the US, FOMC meeting minutes out of the US. Possibly the biggest news of the week is the Australian employment numbers, or unemployment rate. So that's on Thursday morning. And then we have core retail sales, or retail sales out of the US on Friday. Pretty quiet week, actually. Very quiet week, I'd say. Remember, this is only scheduled news. So this is news by appointment. It could be anything comes from left field, whether it be China's property issues, or it could be anything, major oil strikes, terrorism. Be ready for anything. And but this is the scheduled news, so just be aware, especially if in the lower time frames. Not so like trading the daily time frames. There's nothing there that gets me too concerned. All my testing's done through all these major news events, so it's no big deal. All right, let's move on. Now, before we get onto the charts, I'll just put this Word document up. You can pause the video, take a screenshot, read it. It just explains what all the different colors and indicators, etc., are on my charts. If you're new to the high probability method and you don't quite understand it, actually in the description of the video, there is a link to another video that shows you the setup and examples and what it's all about. So that's easy to find. But this document here explains what the three moving averages are, what the red and green dots are on the chart, which is a QMP filter. Red lines, green lines, blue, grey, how the sell trades and buy trades are designated. Stop losses, break even, and if you see the big green dash horizontal lines, big numbers, parity, round numbers, etc. So that explains everything there, and this bottom part is just the MACD platinum, which is the indicator. You'll see down the bottom of the chart, which is a zero lag MACD, which oscillates around a zero level, and generally I'm looking to sell when it's above the zero level and buy when it's below the zero level. You'll see this all on the charts, but this you can read. And like I always say, I understand that English is not everyone's first language. Or you may not understand the Australian accent. Just slow the video down, pause the video. I wrote plenty of notes on all of my charts. You can read them all. You can ask me questions any of those social media sites. I'm happy to answer any questions about any setups at all. So let's get on to the charts. Now, what do we need? Trading View. This is Trading View. I do all my analysis on the daily charts on Trading View. So this is my watch list on the right. You can see it's not every pair, but it's a fair few. If it's highlighted in light blue, means there's trades on and I've taken some action. If there's no highlight, means there's no trade on. If it's highlighted in blue, means there's trade on and no action's been taken as yet. Highlighted in this yellow orangey colour means there's a new trade coming up that I'm going to discuss on Monday. So there's the one new trade, that's the US Singapore dollar. And these three down the bottom in pink, or as our female members would probably call it, salmon. I just put these charts, these charts on the watch list just for a bit of curiosity, sort of US dollar, US 500, which is a US stock market, and Bitcoin. So let's get on to the charts. We'll go through the ones that have got trades on and we'll see where we're at. So this is the AusCAD. Like I said, I have notes. Generally, it's the notes on the right-hand side refer to the most recent trade. So you'll see the pair, which is also mentioned up in the top left corner here, the date, the signal, and what the signal was, and my thoughts on the signal itself. The stop loss designated by this red dotted line. So it's a sell, so it's all in red. So the sell was here. You can see the trend is down. You can read all this here. Like I said, just pause the video, read my notes, because I do talk a little bit quick for some. I understand that. So here we have a sell, and it's a nice sell. And it's gone down nicely. MACD Platinum's above the zero level. Remember I said we're looking to sell when it's above the zero level, which is this grey dotted line here. So we've come, as soon as we're down through the zero level, we're closing out half, bringing our stop down. So our initial stop would have been up here somewhere above these highs. And we've probably brought it down there. Now I'm bringing it inside the entry level. The reason it's inside the entry level now is we're at this previous low. You can see the blue line. These blue lines, or aqua blue, are just things that interest me. In this case, it's a previous low or support level, and price is right on it at the moment. The grey vertical line is a warning signal, so we have a green dot on the MACD Platinum below the zero level. So I just put that line on the chart to let me know I'm starting to look for a potential buy. It would be a high-risk trade against a trend. The trend's down, as you can see by the MAs, but that's what we're looking at. So we're in a sell, closed half. We've already brought the stop down inside the entry level. So we're in a no-lose situation on this trade. We've all round, so it's good. That's a good setup. That's AusCAD. Let's have a look at the Aussie New Zealand dollar. All right, this was a high-risk buy. You can see the buy signal designated by blue lines here. There was divergence there. That was regular bullish divergence as per my notes. Now, this was a sort of a little bit of it's a high-risk trade because we're going against the trend and the MACD Platinum's close to the zero level. Keep in mind, I use this MACD Platinum as a trade management tool at times. So basically, for example, if we took the sell up here, MACD goes down, MACD goes down. As soon as it's breaking through that zero level, which the price is in here somewhere, I'm looking at maybe closing half my trade, tighten up my stop, sort of thing. That's how I use the MACD Platinum. It's just a handy tool, sometimes just to give you an idea of how to manage trades, that's all. Now, this case, we took the buy, it's gone up, popped up nicely. If you hadn't already taken half off the table somewhere, as soon as it hits these MAs, because we're in a downtrend, here's a 50 MA, as soon as it hits the MAs, you're definitely closing half, tightening up your stop. Now, in the meantime, it's gone up, popped down, come down a little bit. Now it's banging up nicely. And on the good thing about Trading View, I'll just move all this stuff out of the way a bit. On Trading View, on a Friday close, it will show you exactly what's coming up on Monday. MT4, MT5 don't do this. So the candle's closed on Friday, it already presents what's happening on Monday. So in this case, it's a MACD Platinum red dot above the zero level, which means I'm now in sell mode, and straight away I'm thinking tighten things up on the buy. So what I've done is move my stop up on this buy below this low in here. So I'm locking a little bit of profit on the second half, so I can't lose on that buy. I draw this vertical line in here that's just to give me, it's just a warning line for me that I know I'm looking to go into sell mode now. The MACD Platinum's a long way above the zero level. Remember, this is an indicator that oscillates around the zero level. It always comes back to the zero level eventually. So now I'm thinking we're in sell mode. We're in a downtrend. Look at the MAs. And also this red lines here suggesting possible, hasn't been confirmed yet. I adjust these lines every day. Hidden bearish divergence. So higher high on oscillators, lower highs on price. Hidden bearish divergence. So in the meantime, we're still in the buy though. So let's keep the buy on for now and get ready to go reverse this. So it's the Aussie New Zealand looking good. Aussie USD, if it ever comes up. All right, slight delay there. All right, this is a little bit different. We've got a couple of trades on. So you have to look to the left here for the first trade, which is the sell. So the sell's with the trend. And the reason the sell's still on, because it is with the trend. You tend to, when you're trading, the majority of people, the majority of traders want to look for reversals. I don't know why. Sometimes it's just easier going with the trend. So in this case, we took the sell up here. Your messages, get rid of that. Took the sell in here, coming down in this area here. MACD Platinum through the zero level. It's not convincing. We're tightening up the sell, closing half, bringing the stop down. The initial stop would have been up here somewhere. I might have brought the stop down in here somewhere. We've popped up. Now, there are times here where with a reversal, a buy signal here, you could close out that sell, but we're already in profit, so and the trend's down, so I'm not that keen to close out that sell. I want to give it a bit of room. So, which proved the right call here, as we then got another sell signal, which is not valid, and that with that red dot there on the QMP filter and that bearish candle, that's when that stop on the previous half of the sell is tightened right up and brought inside the entry level and above this high here. Then we get this new buy signal. Now, I did take this buy signal, and that's this trade here. I left the sell on. It's a high-risk trade. It's trading against the trend, as you can see, but there is regular bullish divergence there, which is a good thing, I guess. And the thing is, too, we've had a buy, sell, buy. Generally, when you get three tight signals like that, it's going to eventually break. So that's what I'm sort of banking that on. It's a high-risk trade. In the meantime, if the stop on the sell is either being stopped out on Thursday, if it wasn't, it definitely was on Friday. So the sell trade is now finished. So once I just left it on the video to show you, just mark it in purple, which means I go back to it after the video is finished and I remove the sell trade. So the sell trade is now finished. We're overall profit on that. Now we're in the buy trade only. And in the meantime, the MACD Platinum's gone through the zero level on Thursday and Friday. So I'm tightening up the stop at least on this trade. It's a high risk trade. I'm tightening up. So I brought the stop right up. The initial stop would have been down here somewhere or below, even below this low here. So now I'm tightening up. And, you know, there's a chance that this might just roll over and go back to the downside, which I'll just take another sell. But I've reduced the potential loss on the buy, and there's not enough sort of movement there to take half off the table yet. It wouldn't be worth it. You could if you wanted to. It's up to you. But the sell's finished, so I'll tidy up the charts when I'm finished. Euro Swiss sell trade here. You can read the notes there. It was a one taken on the break of this trend line after being stopped out. The original sell's in this red dot. It's hard to see. It's in there. And the sell signal remained valid. There's no new buy signal. Drew this trend line, broke here, took the sell here, went against me a little bit, but bang, drove down, got down near these previous lows. If you hadn't already taken out half, closed half, you would have by then. Now we're in MACD Platinum's long way below the zero level. We've got potential hidden bullish divergence forming. So that's these lines, as I said, they're just adjusted. Just move this grey line out of the way so you can see what's happening here. In the meantime, on Monday morning, again, TradingViews presented this green dot on the MACD platinum below the zero level. That puts me in buy mode. Can't lose on the sell, but now I'm looking to buy. So it's all good for the Euro Swiss. Euro Yen, not so good. All right, I'll just move the grey line out of the way. Took the sell here. Read the notes there. Everything very tight. MAs were tight. Looking to spread to the downside a little bit. Not a great setup as I call it. MACD platinum is just above the zero level. Worth it. I said it was worth a shot with lower risk percentage. So if you normally risk 2% on a trade, you probably go into this with 1% or 0.5% or something. It just wasn't a great setup, and that's how I called it at the time. And yeah, I want to see this low get broken. In the meantime, bang, Friday, non-farm payroll numbers just shot up. Stops up here still. We've got a green dot right on the zero level. Not convincing. So we'll just see what happens on Monday, Tuesday. It may roll over and come back down. It may give a new buy signal, or I'll just get out of this sell and take the loss. So that's the Euro Yen, not looking that good. Euro USD, let's have a look here. All right, we're in the sell here. So that's the only trade it's on at the moment. So we took a sell here. You can read the notes there. In the meantime, I did have a crack at a buy in here. That's why the grey line's there, just to let you know that I took a buy in here. It was a high-risk trade, but I left a sell on. And either it would have been stopped out. It was definitely stopped out. Or if you hadn't been stopped out, you definitely would have closed it on this sell signal here, which is not valid. So that was a loss. So in the meantime, I kept that sell on because, look, we're in a downtrend. As I said before, we're in a downtrend. Don't be in a rush to get out of these trades with the trend. Give them a bit of room. In the meantime, I've already closed out half of that sell when it was down here somewhere. Now I've brought my stop above this high here. So I can't lose on the sell. And it offset some of the loss on that first buy. Now, in the meantime, what have we got here? Again, we've got another green dot on the MACD platinum below the zero level. So, again, I'm thinking about buying. But until we get a green QMP filter dot, we're not buying. And in the meantime, again, I'm drawing these trend lines, looking for divergence. So we're waiting for a setup on the buy side. MACD platinum's below the zero level. In the meantime, we're with the trend sell trade. Don't be in a rush to get out of it. So that's the Euro USD in the sell only, and hopefully make a few pips on that. And it may completely wipe out the previous profit on that buy loss. Then we take another buy, and eventually it'll go up. Unless something drastic happens in the world, the Euro USD. All right, this is a sell trade on the pound Swiss, and you can tell this has been going sideways. If you watch any of my previous videos, nothing has changed. It still hasn't broken out. Look at this even. It did have a couple of little breakouts, but it's not sustainable. You could even draw that, that line across there a bit. What do you, And remember, these are zones. These are not exact prices. So these are zones. So took a sell here, and the MACD platinum through the zero level, got to this low, close half, bring the stop down, and we've popped up a little bit. We popped up with this bullish candle here after a green dot on the MACD platinum below the zero level. Then we had a bearish candle. I dragged my stop right inside, and that has been stopped out, that sell. So it's an overall small profit, and I'll highlight it purple as I'm going to remove this trade from the chart. It was stopped out there definitely on Friday by a couple of pips before it dropped, like literally 2.5 pips. So yeah, it'll probably go down, but who cares? It's range bound. You can't get blood out of a stone, so don't expect 1,000 pip moves when we're just doing this crap. So the pound Swiss, the sell, we're out for a small overall profit. Pound yen, this one's another one's been stuck in a range like a few of these pound pairs. What are we looking at here? We've got a buy here. This is going back a few days. Straight away it went against us. Thursday popped up nicely. Friday was kind to us. MACD Platinum, we're through the zero level already. It was a sort of a higher risk trade because we were in this tight range. The MACD Platinum was at the zero level. This grey line was on here because I did take a buy there also, and I closed that out, so I took a loss. So I'm trying to make up for that loss a little bit. Now, MACD Platinum is through the zero level. I'll probably give it one more day to push up towards this blue line. Then I'll be looking at closing out half and bringing my stop up maybe below this bearish candle here from Wednesday. So that's the plan. So in the meantime, at least heading in the right direction and going all right. Pound New Zealand. Now this is one ugly pair sometimes. I like trading this pair, but geez, it does your head in. Just the candles. All right, what do we got here? We're in a buy from, let's move this grey line out of the way. We're in a buy from back here, and it's just gone, nowhere. Initial stop would have been down here somewhere. Eventually I would have pulled it up to here, and now I've pulled it up to here because this thing is just grinding up. Look at all the crosses on the MACD Platinum up here. That just indicates that it's a sideways sort of nothing, no clear direction, even though it's slowly grinding up. As is price, there's, you know, like I'm and ahhing. So in the meantime, we've dragged our stop right up underneath here, and now we have got another red dot on the MACD Platinum above the zero level on Monday, hence the warning signal. Getting ready to sell. MAs are getting really tight. There is possible hidden bearish divergence setting up there. You know I love my hidden divergence. So I'm quite happy to sell when this actually moves. So in the meantime, our buy, we can't lose on it, and we're getting in sell mode. So you may see notes like this on the chart every now and then. Just refers to something that's happened that you can read that if you want. It's just a spike that didn't appear on other charts. Pound USD, Great British Pound, US dollar. Right, another one that was in two trades. Here's a sell here. So have a look at this one first, sell. The grey line here is a buy. Again, the sell has been left on because the MAs were starting to spread. Yeah, after I took the sell, we got down here, MACD Platinum through the zero level, got to this previous low that was marked on the charts. We're closing out half, bringing the stop in. It's popped up. It's popped up near my entry level, and we've had another big bearish candle. Because this is a down trend, you can see the MAs are starting to spread by the time I got this green QMP filter dot. The stop would have been up here somewhere, up in here. So again, I'm giving, oops, just lost my charts. Again, I'm giving a down trend room to move, or room to breathe. So we took the buy in here also, based on this nice support level, and it was either stopped out. It definitely stopped. It was stopped out. My stop was down here somewhere, and if you hadn't been stopped out, you would have closed it here. But as Murphy's Law has it, it's reversed, and we've taken another buy signal. It was a high risk buy, this one. We're going against the trend. You can see the MAs are starting to spread. This was a support level. Now, generally when support levels reverse, they become resistance. So we're taking the entry right on this level here. It's a bit hard to see because the blue lines sort of blend into each other, but it's right on that same level. And we've meandered nowhere, but the sell's still on, which is good. So it's just giving me a bit of protection. And that's what I wrote here. If you can leave the sell on, just some downside protection. So we're still in the sell, partial sell, and a full buy, going nowhere fast. So that's the pound USD. New Zealand CAD. Sell up here. Nice resistance level was made on my notes. I believe it would have been somewhere up there. Yeah, resistance level. I'm dragging the stop right down now. We've had this green dot on the MACD Platinum below the zero level for a few days now. And you can see that sort of gives a nice little, like a fractal there, like these prices come down and bounced up and popped down again. So that's the reason the stop's been moved down to there. Looking good. It's a pair I like trading. I know it's not one of the most popular pairs, but it's very kind to me at times. And now, in the meantime, we've hit this previous sort of low area. So it could continue breaking down. MACD Platinum's a long way below the zero level, so I'm thinking there's going to be some upside soon. When, who knows? But we're in a good sell, making good money on this pair. Now we go from one good pair to one crappy pair. USD Japanese yen. Now this pair has, yeah, it's been doing my head in on the daily time frame. We had a buy here. This is the notes on here. It's been range bound. It was range bound. Took the buy. Eventually broke through this range across here. Popped up, got to this previous high. Popped through, thinking, hey, then it just comes straight down. Then what do we get here? We've got a sell trade. Sell set up here. High risk trade here. Look, you can read my notes. It's Tuesday the 5th of October. What I'd say here, this is a big level. This is a big level. I think I made note if you look at a weekly chart. So let's just have a look at a weekly chart. Drip of sweat just went down me. So we'll just go to a weekly chart. Now if you look left here, just follow my cursors. Look, there's that high here. Here's that high here. There's that high there. So it is getting stuck in a bit of a range. But the sell popped up, stopped out. There you go. Good old yen. But the good thing is I'm still in a partial buy, so that loss, if you can, it's good. I know not everyone can hedge or take trades in both directions at the same time, especially people in the US. Look, if you are a trader out of the US, I would strongly suggest you either move offshore with a platform that you can trade in both directions, because it just makes life a lot easier, or set up a sub account on your trading account, so you have two accounts under the same broker where you can take buys and sells. You can just balance the accounts. So in this case, the partial buy that's still on is offsetting that loss I took on my sell. That was a full loss, but as I said, that was a high risk trade, so it wouldn't have been a full 2% loss. It would have been a 1% or a 0.5% or something like that. So this has been tough to trade on this time frame. So if you say go down to the 4 hour, let's just have a quick look on the 4 hour. If you're a 4 hour trader, look, just look over to the left here. You know, there's some signals. You would have made a few pips. You know, that's like shooting fish in a barrel. That sort of stuff. That's ideal. That sort of move. Then it gets a bit tougher. You know, you come up here and we start looking for sells, and it's not. You're going against the trend. You can see the MAs are starting to spread. You know, the buy's not valid. Sell you might look at because there's divergence there. So you can, price a long way from the MA, so you can start thinking about taking a sell. It's a high risk trade, going against the trend. If you took it, didn't work out. Third one, another one. Like I said, with regular divergence, it might take 1, 2, 3 goes at it, and eventually it'll work. And in this case, it did. And we're back in buy mode in here. And depending on where your stop was, I wouldn't have had to stop that tight because MACD Platinum a long way below the zero level, and it's popped up nicely. We've got another sell signal here. Again, high risk against the trend, not worth it taking. Buy, not valid, not valid. So that's a 4 hour, just to give you an idea. So, but daily charts have been tough going. So that, after the video's finished, I'll remove that sell trade. We took a loss there, still on the buy. So all I do is remove that and move this buy over. All right, USD, Singapore dollar. I know it's not a pair that a lot of people trade, but I like to look at it. It's just something different. I love Singapore. You ever get a chance to go, it's worth a visit. All right, so we have a new sell signal on Monday. This will not show on MT4, MT5 because you have to wait for the open to see this red QMP filter dot. But here it is, trading view. So that will be a sell on there. The stop will be above the high. I would even probably go above in here somewhere for the stop. It's a high risk trade. We're trading against the trend. We've already got a buy on, which is good. And I'll leave that buy on there because, like I said, we're in an uptrend. but I'm bringing up the stop inside the entry level. Would have closed half in here somewhere. We had it popped up here nicely, got to this previous sort of high here, close half, dipped down, and it's popped back up. We're not breaking those previous highs here, and we're setting up on the sell here with hidden bearish divergence. You can see we haven't got a new high here, but we've got high on the MACD Platinum. So that is confirmed now. That's hidden bearish divergence. Didn't break this high here. Taking the sell, leave the partial buy in place. It's a good setup. Yeah, MACD Platinum long way above the zero level. So on Monday, there is a sell on the US Singapore dollar, leaving that buy with that stop in place there. Monday. That's if you trade that pair, it's worth a look sometimes. High spread sometimes, but on the daily chart, it's not bad. Right, gold. All right, last trade. We're still in a sell from here. So this is the sell over here that I called. Again, it's a trade. MAs are starting to spread, so I said leave it on, leave it on, leave it on. Got a downtrend. Leave it on. In the meantime, we get this buy signal here. And it starts to go in my favour. Then there's a couple of days where it's a bit of uncertainty. Bearish day on Thursday. Spiked up nicely on Friday. I saw in the groups all the gold bugs get excited. But it didn't finish well. Didn't end well. That's an ugly candle. That's, to me, without knowing all the names of these candles, that's definitely a bearish type candle. Now, we're at our point of entry. The MACD Platinum's close to zero level. Monday, look, if you got out of that SPY trade, that would probably be a smart thing to do. If you can get out at break even or small profit or a very small loss, get out of the trade. It's probably not worth staying in this one. If it opens up close to that entry level, I'd call it as a get out, and that's what I'll do. So, well, we'll see Monday. I'll give it a couple of hours, but that's the thinking. If we're not going anywhere fast, I'll take a scratch trade on that and leave the sell on. That's gold. All right, let's move on just for the shits and giggles. US dollar. Just like to have a look at it. The US dollar controls about 70% of the Forex market, so it's nice to see it. I think this is just against all the other pairs. I'm not sure what this actually signifies or how to trade it. You could probably trade it on the futures market, I'm assuming, or possibly CFDs. So US dollar, last signal was a sell up here, and it just went sideways during the week, and even the non-farm payrolls didn't even move it much. We had a buy back here, which you probably, because the trend's up, it's like any chart. Trend's up, close out half once you're through there. Nice to see we broke the previous high, and now we've got this divergence forming. You can see there, high, 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 and low, 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 all the way, so it's low. So the sell's there, it's high risk, but leave some of the buy on. Same to every other chart. US 500, now this is a little bit different. Let's move this blue line out of the way. This is the US stock market. It's generally uptrend, biased to the upside. But I made mention in the last video, which the MAs are starting to actually tighten up. We've had this low here, which is the previous low. We've had lower lows all the way up, low, broke, but it held and bounced up. High, didn't take out the previous high. So now we're starting to think, I should draw a trend line across there. Basic trend line. So here's your market highs in here. So let's just keep an eye on that. So didn't break the high, dropped down, get the sell signal. The MACD Platinum's below the zero level system, and we popped back through this low again. And we had a bullish day back up to it, and a bearish day down. Another bullish day, still you're headed. Then back up. Then Thursday popped up nicely. Get a buy signal on Thursday. Then Friday didn't do us any favours. So if you're trading that, good luck. It's tough to trade. So the latest signals is buy though. In here, it's hard to get a read on it, but there is divergence there. So if we look, let's have a look. Bullish divergence. So it's regular bullish there, across there, and across here, which is mainly looking for a reversal, which is a high risk sort of option anyway. It's generally got a bullish bias, but one day the stock market will crash. All right, Bitcoin, BTC, USD, Bitcoin against US dollar. Let my line there, eh? So we had a buy signal here, sell, which is invalid, then a second buy. So MACD platinum below the zero level. So this has got a bullish bias. So I'd just be loading up on the buys here, and it proved to be good. This line here is the big number, 50,000 level, the green. Sort of stalled a bit here. I'm not sure, what's that, around 56,000, 55,000 in here. So, yeah, MACD platinum's above the zero level, possibly rolling over. This is still moving because it's the weekend and it actually still opened the market. So that's it for the charts, guys. I'll bring up that high probabilities in case you're wondering what all the different colours were. Like I said, all these trades are called at the time, posted in the Facebook group, Telegram channels, and Matt's family trading man Discord channel. So you're more than welcome to check out any of those channels or join them. And if you have any questions, etc., or you just want to discuss anything trading, post-trade setups, get involved. And if you want to keep it private, you might be too embarrassed, or you want to ask a question that you think is a dumb question, which there is no such thing, just private message me, email me, do whatever. Right, enjoy the weekend all. It's Saturday, which means I will be having a few beers this afternoon. It's only 11:30 at the moment, so it won't be just yet. But certainly this afternoon. The sun's out, which is great. Enjoy the weekend. Stay safe wherever you are. Thanks for watching. And like I said, if you'd like the videos, hit the subscribe button or the like button. Greatly appreciate it. Cheers.